Hey guys, this is the intro for Sabrina Carpenter's interview. She cannot be here because she... Can you hear me? Oh, dang. It was a good idea, but can't execute it. Okay. Hi guys, it's Sabrina Carpenter at the Zach Sang Show. Good luck.
Let's do this. Zach Sang Show.
Hello, beautiful humans. We got Dan Zolot here.
Yep.
And we welcome to the studio, Sabrina Carpenter!
All right.
Hi.
Hi. Good to see you with your lime green shoes.
Thank you. I feel like Christmas now holding this red pillow.
Now, you should feel and you look like love.
That's really nice. I feel like Christmas is also looks like love. Christmas is also looks like love.
Starting off strong.
Starting off strong.
When I think of Santa and snow, I don't necessarily think love. I think Coca-Cola. But you know what? I don't know where I'm going with that.
I don't know where we're going with this either. I feel like I always, in my head, I'm like, they'll edit this. And you guys never edit these videos.
No, we leave it all in.
You guys post everything.
Yep.
It's so bad. Because they really could be a lot shorter if we maybe edited
It's
it a
actually
little
not
out.
bad, though. I think that's the beauty of it. I think, you know, because our life is edited right now. You guys are refreshing.
Everything is edited. Everything is run through a filter. Everything is edited, and we have a mat outside of our studio that literally says "Come as you are." So that's what we want here, right? Just be your true self, be authentic, and be able to speak freely. And honestly, if you say something insane or ridiculous or that you didn't mean, we can obviously edit it out. But beyond that,
happens.
We let it all out, baby.
Let it all out.
And I'm honestly a little nervous about what's going to be said today.
Nothing.
Why are you nervous? Do I make you nervous now?
Oh my God, after seeing you on stage the other night, I was like, oh my God.
Wait, like in a bad way?
No, in a good way.
Oh, that's nice. I was like, why do I make you, why am I scary now?
You're, who knows what your mom's going to say to me next?
Okay,
I'm
first
just
of
kidding.
all, well, we need to talk about the elephant in the room. Your hair is pink, okay?
My hair is pink.
We know it's pink.
It is pink.
I know you're wearing a hat, but I also know your hair is pink.
I know.
And
I know that too.
And it's I support whatever you want. Like, you know what I mean? But mom's going to be a mom. So mom walks up to Dan, mom's like, I don't like your hair. And, you know, at that point, I'm like, Mom, but like, you know, it's his hair. It's not your hair, you know? So like, just calm down, maybe. And I'm just glad that you guys were able to talk it out and solve all of that.
Yeah, it's all taken care of.
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Makes me happy.
I'm also very happy that Dad is not here because he told me he was coming, and I said, please don't.
Why didn't you want him here?
You know, can't help it. No.
No?
No. Just
This
no.
is such I think this is our strongest interview yet. I think this is our strongest.
Why really? What does he bring in uncomfortable air? Into
No,
the
he's
studio?
great. He's very nice. We got along very well.
Okay.
I just said, hey, maybe you should sit this one out.
Maybe just, you know.
Well, I invited your dad
Oh my goodness.
many times over. I think he's in a meeting right now. I'm aware of his schedule for some
You are?
reason. Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
That's why he's not here. I did invite him. I like your parents, and I really enjoy you.
I like you a lot.
And to see, you know, you and Dan have some like. I want to get back to Dan. Seeing her on stage, Sabrina on stage, did that make you nervous?
I've never seen Sabrina on stage before. Usually it's just Sabrina here or somewhere else
On
that
a
we
couch.
see her. Yeah,
Much more underwhelming than, I guess, the stage.
I don't know.
and then I saw her on stage. I was like, whoa.
Aw.
I wasn't expecting all of that.
Mama
Thank
performed
you.
in this studio, and she tore the house down.
She did.
Your vocals were incredible the first time you were in here.
Oh, that was a while ago.
Long time ago.
Oh, geez, thank you.
That should have made you nervous.
Yeah,
That was
I did perform here, but that was also like stripped down acoustic.
Raw
It's different than coming
talent.
to a show, you know?
And like you were, there was a crotch grab in Pushing 20,
It's choreography, Dan. What do you want me to do?
but I wasn't expecting it.
Okay.
But then I was like,
That's
whoa.
the whole point. It's supposed to throw, you know,
I know that's
throw
it.
you for a loop.
And you did.
Live shows, you know, that
Success.
happens live, man.
And then there's that one part of the show where you're singing. I think it's very red on the stage.
Very red.
I think you were singing with that guy.
Yes.
And there's a lot of movements on the ground.
It's called dancing.
And DJ came over and covered my eyes during that part.
Thank you, DJ.
I was just like, well, I didn't expect it.
Let's go back to Pushing 20, because I do feel like the lyrics of Pushing 20 and whatever that dance move was, there is a connection there. Because to me, it sounds like that is an adult anthem, right? You're 20 and you don't have time for others.
Yeah.
When you put that song out into the world, does that make you officially an adult? Does that allow everybody around you to be aware of your now new adulthood?
I don't even know if you feel an exact change into adulthood, because I've felt like I've dealt with aspects of adulthood since I was 10. But I do feel like there is just a newfound sort of comfort level with yourself, and you're more comfortable in your own skin and your body and your voice and your mind. Oh my God, I sound like some weird yoga instructor. But you really are a lot more in touch with yourself, I think, in these years of your life when you're figuring out everything, you're feeling things for the first time, and you're also making mistakes. So I think it gives you that confidence going into, bigger decision-making points in your life, that when I wrote that song, I walked into the studio. It always starts like that. Girl walks into a studio, and I was like, hey, Oak, how's it going? He was like, dang, I haven't seen you in so long. What are you, pushing 20 now? And I was like, yeah, you know how it be, you know how it do. And and we just started talking about life and how much more intense it gets, and how you really just don't have time to sweat the little stuff. You don't have time for people that, are nitpicking and critiquing your every move, because you realize, like, it's just a part of becoming who you're going to be. So Pushin' 20 just came out in a really organic way. And it was probably like the fastest song I just ever released, because at that moment I was like, wow, the whole point behind this song is like, stop overthinking things, just live your life. And so I just did, and it's fun.
Is that why Mr. Clean gets a shout out in like the first line?
Yeah, Mr. Clean isn't a person. It's just supposed to be representative of someone, who probably is just like more invested in someone else's life than they need to be.
I get that. Do you have people like that in your life who care too much about what you do, or do you find yourself doing that to others?
I don't usually do that to other people, because I can always check myself and be like, wait, that's not, like, I don't care if your hair is pink. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and be
No
like,
offense.
God, I really wish Dan's hair wasn't pink, But there's so many people in the world that do that to me, and choices that I make, or creatively, like if they come to a show and they don't like certain things, they'll dwell on it. Like, I don't have time to dwell. I gotta do things.
Yeah,
you
got a ship that you're moving forward.
Got a ship.
You got stories to tell.
A captain of this ship.
It's the truth, though.
Yeah.
Dude, seeing you up on stage the other night with that full band, the dancers,
Thank
your
you for
sister
coming.
up there, phenomenal.
Thank
really.
you so much.
Superb. And just a really great night out, an enjoyable night of music, and your vocals are stellar, and the visuals, impeccable.
Thank you.
I dig it. Like, even the camera that followed you on those two big monitors.
The iMac? Yeah.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Gave me a whole new perspective, because I was in the back and I wanted to see your face.
Yeah, so that's good. That was a reason that we were like, well, sometimes these venues are like, we want them to be intimate, but it's also like we want it to feel big at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was really, really fun to put it together. We put together the show in a week, because I was in New Orleans doing a film, and to be honest, like, I had sent my team like the set list. I had Mona Lisa on there twice. They kept taking it off, thinking it was a mistake, and it like wasn't a mistake. And I was like, no, like, I really just like kind of want to have fun. I want this tour to make the audience feel comfortable, and like make them feel loose, and make them feel like they can be wild and crazy, because that's how I feel when I sing these songs. These songs make me feel so much more comfortable with myself, and I want the audience to be involved and to them feel like they have a huge part in the show.
So Singular Act 1 makes you feel comfortable with yourself. Why? Because it's music that's true to you?
Yeah, I think it has a sense of humor, and I think it makes fun of myself at the same time as it like makes fun of situations that can maybe be tricky, and in the moment it's not so fun and lighthearted, but that's, I think, the point of music is supposed to, I guess, heal us out of those situations and help us the next time that we're in them,
Yeah. Hell yeah. Singular Act 2, which is coming, right? Mm-hmm. Is that done?
Yeah, we're like finishing touches, mixing everything right now. And it's kind of, I'm releasing things gradually, because I just feel like I want to give them music more often than not often. So Pushin' 20 came out. I had a collab with Alan Walker come out a few days ago.
Yes.
The next song will be coming in a few weeks.
On my way.
Yes.
So differences between Act 1 and Act 2.
So what I realized, because after I wrote Singular, which was just one album initially. It became 2 albums over, time. And when I was picking the songs to put on each side, which Act 2 has changed a little bit since then, but Act 1 just felt like those songs made the most sense. Those songs felt like it represented that new sound, new confidence. And then Act 2, like I describe it as, Act 1 makes you feel comfortable with yourself. Act 2 makes you feel like a little uncomfortable with yourself in a way that we need in order to grow.
I get that. Yeah, of course.
English, kind of?
Yeah, 100%.
Sort of?
Yeah, because you got to feel uncomfortable to grow.
It's that, and I said it's also a more vulnerable side of confidence, because there's confidence that's like walking into a room, posture held up high, strutting, whatever that is.
That's a facade.
That's a facade, exactly.
And sometimes, like, physical motions make you mentally.
Exactly, but I think, like, I listen to, like, Man, I Feel Like a Woman by Shania Twain, and I'm like, man, I feel like a woman. But I'm like, it's a facade, like you said. Like, for that moment, you're like, ooh, this is great, a great song. But I think Act 2 makes you go like, oh, okay, so I guess there's also confidence in being vulnerable, and there's also strength in that weaker side of yourself and just kind of letting your emotions run loose.
More emotional moments in the studio writing Act 2 compared to Act 1?
For sure, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But were you writing both at the same time?
Yeah, because initially, like I said, it was one album. So I wasn't really thinking of it as 2 separate worlds. It still fits into the same
It's one
project.
show.
It's one show. There's just 2 acts.
How do you define singular for you?
Singular?
Yeah, like what does that mean to you, that word?
It means so many things, which is kind of crazy because it's supposed to mean one thing. But to me, I think it's just the closest I've ever felt to myself. And I think it represents a voice that is, like I said, many things. It's whatever it needs to be whenever you need it. It is that confident side. It is that vulnerable side. But it's also just you taking ownership of whoever you are.
It's you.
It's you, but it's me. But it's also you and whoever's listening.
Because a lot of the records, you can, I can't speak on Act 2, but there's records in here that I'm like, yo, I get it. Sue Me, even though it is a bop, freaking hits me like a ton of bricks.
Hits me too.
I'm a great person to be around. Every one of my exes, their friends love me for many obvious reasons.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
But you know what? they don't want me around. But I check off all the boxes.
What do you mean they don't want you around?
Oh, they're not with me for a reason. They got rid of me. They threw me to the curb, even though everybody in their life was like, yeah.
You must have done something.
Well, maybe.
Sometimes people don't realize what they have until it's gone.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
But you actually did get sued, right?
Yeah.
For what?
Legally, I cannot say. However, like I said, what I just said, sometimes people don't realize what they have until it's gone, is the reason I got sued.
Whoa. Hey now.
Yeah.
I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
Connecting dots in my head.
But in my head, I was also like, how do I relate this to people that need music to help them in life? I was like, how do these 2 work together? And then I was like, well, I mean, any sort of relationship that's toxic or like an environment that you don't feel yourself in, I think whenever we get out of that place, we know it and we feel it. And it's that anthem for whatever that relationship has been or will be in your life. It doesn't need to be like contracts and things. Yeah,
it's just a relationship.
I think my lawyer was there the other night too, and I wanted to be like, thank you, you're the best. Woo.
You just start naming all of the really intense names. Thank you to Goldstein.
Oh my goodness.
At Lynch. And
yeah, right?
Just shouting at his law firm. The statement of you don't know what you got until it's gone is a true statement. But my biggest problem is once somebody like gets rid of me, I'm like, okay, I know there's other people who want me, so I'm done with you. I block people's phone numbers.
You do?
I unfollow them on Instagram.
See, I'm not that
Ruthless.
way. I don't do that. I'm like, I don't know. I've never been that type of person, which I don't think is a bad thing. I think a lot of people like need that in order to move on. I'm just the type of person that like I guess I can still sort of like
see you exist around you or know that
'cause
we're existing in the same
'cause
universe?
I'm too, there's so much going on up in this head that like I know the people are there. I know they're living their life. I know they're, doing whatever. So it doesn't usually help me to like dispose of them from my existence. But I get how that can help as well.
I just, now that I'm really thinking about it,
Yes.
the fact that they're gone, I don't think about them ever. And I feel like if I saw them on my feed and they had access to my life the way it used to be, they would just appear. And then there would be this
I'm
one.
going to unfollow everybody today.
There'd be this one to like make it right and like fix
Sorry,
it.
Dan.
That's
That means
mean.
you too.
And that's how she said no.
Is that because you don't want to see me anymore?
No, I did actually follow you. Last time you
I
were
know.
like, you don't follow me. You don't see my comments. And I was like, I'll follow you. And now now you comment less.
I do.
After I followed you, you commented less.
He
I
ha-
do comment less.
He had a moment on your live chat that really was the catalyst to Dan regulating his Instagram behavior.
Sometimes we say things in life that shouldn't be said. But it's okay. Life moves on,
Bad time for a good time.
Bad time for a good time. Sometimes it is a bad time for a good time.
Yeah, and on a live chat while you're driving
On the
your
internet,
car,
it is
Dan.
always a bad time for a good time.
Yeah, amen.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah.
Respect.
Can you just tell everybody like we're fine? We've moved on from that. Have we not?
Are we fine? Have
Are we?
moved on
I
from
don't know.
that?
Have we?
Should we have
Are
called
we?
the press conference earlier?
I feel like that's why y'all wanted me to come today, to be honest. I was like, I just feel like there's just a lot we have not discussed. Oh, you have a list? Okay, great.
I got real music questions.
Okay. Oh, okay, great.
I didn't know Dan was going to ask for an official statement from you and your people.
Oh my goodness. I can
On-
send you like a video press release or something.
An EPK.
What is this face? I don't know what it means.
I didn't do anything.
I know you're not saying anything. It's making me nervous.
Well, I said I was nervous, and now you're saying you're nervous. So it's the same thing's happening.
You're scared. I'm nervous. Jeez. Guess we did it on purpose.
By
You
the
were
way-
saying?
I'm so sorry for Dan's lack of ability to communicate properly.
It's interesting. You interview people
No.
like often.
Hold on. We're together.
Oh.
This is a duo thing.
Yes, for sure. Oh, absolutely.
We balance. You should tell her how you feel.
You should tell me how you feel. This
What'd I
is
do?
sort of a therapy session, anyways.
You-
We're going to edit all this out. That's what they tell me.
anyway, we're moving on.
We're
The
gonna-
amount of people that tweeted me saying, "If Sabrina's coming, you better not be in the interview." I'm like,
Oh, that's out of pocket.
That's a cool phrase, though. My daddy used to use that when cell phones were first arriving. He would go, "Oh, you gotta call me back. I'm out of pocket.
I'm dying. That's amazing.
Our house is on a hill. It's out of pocket." Perfect. Great record hits me. Down to the way the title of the record was spelt on the album. Totally reflective of the lyrics in the song. I really enjoy it. Like ABCD, that could work so perfectly. If perfect was the thing that worked for me, but I want to feel nervous, just a little bit off the edge, even if I know that I'll end up in a mess.
The spoken word version is actually very powerful. I didn't realize.
I'm
The
available.
slam poetry.
I can really, if you want to re-release
I
your
want a
album,
slam poet to open for me on my next tour.
I got bongos.
Wow.
This is a record, and these are lyrics that
I'm glad
really.
you like that song.
Oh, great song.
That's the first song I wrote for sing. Like the earliest song that I wrote that ended up going on the record.
Who are you? Do you like being in difficult relationships? Is that what it's saying?
That's funny.
Right? Because you want to feel nervous. You're okay with things ending in a mess. What is that? Is that like
I tell everybody all the time, I really want someone to rip my heart out because I feel like I need that. I feel like I've been living a life where I'm, you know me, I'm like very focused. I love doing what I do. I like to like keep myself very busy. So I feel like the most inspirational thing for me will be for someone to literally just throw me off the rocker for a second and shake it up in a way that I haven't felt before. So I think that song, I wrote that with my fans in mind. I think that they are some of the most beautiful people I've ever met. They're so sweet and they're so funny and they put a lot of things into perspective for me. But, to them, they're always coming up to me and telling me, like, the things they don't like about themselves, the things that are wrong in their life. And I think, because each and every one of them to me is so individually incredible, and all together, it makes up this beautiful relationship. I just feel like if it was whatever everybody thinks, a typical perfect person is, it just wouldn't be the same. And I think that that's a very broad statement, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I spelled it the way I spelled it. I mean, it was just like, why make it perfect?
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
I gotta work it again and again till I get it right. Oh my gosh. Oh, dude. That was really nice.
That was honestly like, we should collab.
Sister, you don't even need to talk to my agent.
Oh.
We'll get into the
Are
studio
you
right
your
now.
own agent?
My mom.
Oh, I would love to talk to your agent then. That would be fun.
If she has time for you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
we
Keep me in check, Zach.
Right out the gate, we're tough negotiators.
Yeah.
You wanting to get your heart ripped out.
That sounds a little aggressive now that I hear it back.
But I totally understand it. It's like this want. You don't want things to go perfect. You want to have that one experience.
Because I know it's going to happen eventually. So I'm like, all right, come on, let's do it.
Are you going into every relationship like, is it going to be you? Is it going to be you?
That's hard.
Yeah, because you don't want it to implode.
Right, exactly. It's also hard because, at this age, it's not like I go into a relationship and I'm like, marriage. Like, I don't want that either. But I'm also, the kind of person that's like, well, if I can't see myself with you for a long time, then what am I doing? So it's very hard, Zach. I have headaches often. I don't sleep as much as I probably should. Love and life go hand in hand, but it is a difficult road.
Yeah, but it's turning that into music.
That's what makes it fun.
Well, and it heals you to a certain degree. And I think it probably teaches you things about yourself.
Yes, too much.
Between Act 1 and Act 2, what does Sabrina learn about Sabrina?
Great question.
The crowd liked that one.
Chad, that's a great question.
Thank you.
This mic picks up everything, by the way, so it's actually, I'm very scared to hear this back. What have I learned about myself between Act 1 and Act 2? I think You put down your drink so quietly. That was very intense.
Sorry.
No, I think there was walls up to a certain degree, and not even walls up. You like walk into a room and you're supposed to be a specific type of person and personality that people expect from you.
Yeah, so in your case, maybe this bubbly, positive, Disney Channel type chick.
Whatever you imagine, yeah. I don't know. I feel like there was a period of my life where, with like subconsciously, I was just doing it, not even to appeal to any sort of person. It was just in my head and heart, I felt like that was like another side of me that I had to be and have. And I think a lot of people relate to that. And I think I just let her dwindle off into the far distance between Act 1 and Act 2 because I started to just really fall in love with everything that I was doing, and especially writing. I think writing became like a priority in my life as opposed to something that was, I had to do to get the songs done. It really became like, oh no, I just went through something, I have to write about it. I just felt this, I have to write about it. And so I think that just ended up, I don't know, making me feel a little bit more myself than I ever did before.
It's really nice.
It's really nice.
No, because it's you and you have full control over it, right? Like nobody.
I'm gaining control. I'm still 12 at the same time. You know what I mean? So it's hard when I'm like, this is it. This is the grownest I'll ever be. Grownest also isn't a word, so I'm obviously not. But I do feel like it's the closest to myself that I've felt before.
When I was listening to Pushing 20, I really felt like you were telling everybody who's like pulled and pushed you into different directions, like back off. Like I don't have time for that. And my thought in my brain connected to what you just said, just about balancing independence and this understanding of yourself while not turning your back on wisdom or
Wasn't me.
it's totally you.
It's not me. I'm trying to behave today, and that ruins it.
Do you want to scold him or do you want me to scold him?
The look is enough, I think. I think the eye contact is enough. Yeah.
Thank you. How do you balance independence in this? You know yourself, right? You know yourself now more than you ever did. How do you balance that without like turning your back on guidance or wisdom from other people? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. There is a balance because I am also one of those people that like I want to learn. You know, I'm not walking into a room being like, I already know what to do. Listen to me. I'm so open to collaboration. And I think, but there also does get to a point where if there are too many cooks in the kitchen, you're becoming less authentic. And it's starting to become more of like a thing rather than a person. So I think it's that balance. It's just I have to make the decisions that feel like me as a person. And when it crosses over into me becoming like a thing, it's wrong. Does that make sense?
I totally get it.
And it's tricky because I can say that I know myself the most that I've ever known myself, but I also like know nothing about who I'm going to be in the next year. So I have to keep myself a little bit open-minded when it comes to that. I hope everything I'm saying does not sound super vague.
No.
Okay.
I very much understand it. You're open-minded.
You've got such a crazy mind. So I feel like you understand.
And
you're crazy.
You're literally injected into my head, so I'm hearing every little thing, and I'm
I
enjoying
am
it.
injected into your head right now.
Come on in.
So when I talk like this, you can hear everything.
Yes, I can hear you breathe.
This is so intimate.
Dan's also listening.
Oh,
I'm still here.
okay. Maybe I want to.
No, I mean, it's important for life, right? Because you don't want to ever feel like you know everything because nobody ever knows everything. And the idea of being confident in yourself, I think when it's time for you to collaborate and work with somebody else or get knowledge from somebody else or hear somebody else's opinion, I think it's more impactful, right? Instead of just soaking in everything like a sponge and like making... You're talking about so many cooks in the kitchen. If so many people are contributing, you look more like Frankenstein than you are Sabrina because you become pieces of everybody as opposed to you.
Yeah, Frankenstein's not my creative brand. That's not my vibe. Maybe the next album, though. You know?
Halloween album?
Yeah, a Halloween album.
Dude, working with Leland and Brett.
I love him.
Yeah, Leland and Brett. I called you two separate people. Maybe you'll watch this. But they're one. Brett McLaughlin, Leland. Good person. What do you learn from being in the room with that guy?
I learned so much because our first song that we ever wrote together was Why, which that song has also, like, I see the impact that it had on people, like, when I do these shows, because they scream those lyrics so loud. And, you know, they're all talking to their best friends who are obviously different from them. I think that we together have also just taken a lot of musical risks, you know, and I think that he was definitely a person that helped me push that boundary a little bit. Like, I'm saying this as if like I was just in the studio by myself and I found myself. I have, you know, people around me that are, you know, encouraging me to also feel more comfortable to make those risks and choices. And he's definitely one of those people.
Dude, good guy, incredible artist, and a really great teacher.
Yes.
Like, superb.
Like, we bow down.
Yeah, like he really is one of those. I think he's going to be like an EGOT guy.
Yeah, I think so too.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Yeah, we do know. I know what that was.
I know
but
what that
did you
is.
know?
I
Okay,
did, yeah.
Okay, good.
Just
making sure.
yeah, thank you. Sign language at your show the other night was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, did you like that?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Amazing.
Really? Is that every stop? Just LA?
We had it as many shows as we could. Not every stop, but there was quite a few shows where if someone was available, I would have that there.
Is somebody requesting that from you guys beforehand, or are you just doing it?
We're just doing it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
It was really special.
Thank you so much.
And I think it's really one of the, I think, great misconceptions that people who are deaf can't enjoy music, which is not true. You can feel the vibrations.
They go off. Yeah.
100%. You feel the vibrations.
Yeah.
And you get the lyrics. And you really get to enjoy a show.
I think, I mean, that was an element that I wanted to make sure that everybody, like I said, it was the entire audience. Like, I wanted it to be their show. So not excluding anybody from that.
Thank you for doing that. I go to probably way too many concerts, and I've only seen that a couple times.
Thanks.
So really.
Who
thank
else did you see it at?
I can't even remember, to be honest. Like maybe one other, but it's select dates.
Yeah.
Like it's not even more than one.
Right.
Like maybe Big Time Rush One Direction had one like years ago at Radio City Music Hall.
Wow.
Yeah. Like long time ago. But I can't even 100% confirm that.
Oh, okay.
It's that much of a rarity, which thank you.
No.
You've also changed the way I say nonchalantly.
Nonchalantly. Yeah, I know. I changed the way I say it too. Like there's a lot of words now that like I can't like even say like I'm sorry without being like I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's really annoying. When we're writing the songs too, we're all like, you just keep saying it over and over again. I've also just taken like way too many regular phrases. Like anytime someone's like sue me, I'm like now I'm that like at first I was thumb girl and then I'm like now I'm like sue me girl.
You were alien?
I was alien girl. I just want to be Sabrina,
it.
man. I just want to be myself.
Dude, I think you're very much on that journey to being 100% yourself. And I think that show...
I'm kidding, by the way. I think it's funny.
But it's just a testament, that show. And the audience that was there, how diverse they all were. It's really cool. Your music's connecting people.
Thanks.
I think you're going to be a big, big star.
I think you are too, Dan.
No.
I see big things for you.
Wow.
But you really are.
Do you want to be
Like-
a pop star?
I mean, it was a dream back in the day,
Yeah.
but I think that dream has gone away.
Well,
What's your
you
dream
could do
now?
whatever you put your mind to.
Who knows? Who knows what the dream is? But for real, though.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Big star playing big arenas. Is that what you want? I would assume so.
I was like 10 and I was just like, I just want a big stage and to make an album. And then I was like, oh, you can make more than one album. You see that like throughout your life, like it becomes, when it starts to become real, it feels, it feels a lot. Obviously that is a huge, huge goal for me, but you realize how much it takes to actually get there. It's crazy.
It's a long journey.
It is a long haul.
And it's consistency and not stopping, but also trusting your gut.
Yeah. But you saying that was really nice. Like, we've come a long way from, like, just you asking, like, the weird questions. You know what I mean?
I mean, I still want to ask about the bra you received on stage.
The bra I received? Oh, okay. I could tell you about that. Because, I mean, I felt like there's 2 rock star moments that I had on this tour that I felt like I was, like, Aerosmith or something. There was the first show where they threw a bra on stage and they had hand-stitched lyrics into this bra.
Congrats.
And then, I tweeted about it, so I got more bras, and I was like, this is less cool because I feel like now they're just doing it. But the first bra, super honored.
Do you still have it?
I do.
Cool.
It was hanging up on my tour bus, and now it is at my house. So it's, the traveling bra. We'll take it. I'm not gonna wear it, but
That would be weird.
that would be a little weird.
But it's like a symbol.
It is. Yeah.
Sorry, second thing?
My second thing was I was on stage mid-song. The mic stand decided to, how like they're,
Adjustable.
adjustable. So it went like this, cut a layer of my thumb
Huh.
open
Huh.
as I was on stage. And I like felt pressure, but I was like, okay, just a little snip or something. And then I started, like, blood started squirting out like a sprinkler. And I was just like, oh, wow. And I, like, kind of was, like, looking at whoever I could. And I was like, Band-Aid, anybody know? And I was, like, mid-show. So then I, like, went backstage. And I was like, can someone give me a Band-Aid? But, like, no one could. And then I went back on stage. And I had to play bass for Paris. And there was blood all on the back of my bass because it's a white bass, and I was very I bleed red, so I don't know how you guys bleed, but
Turquoise.
my blood was red, and yeah, it was all over my bass, and like just went through that show, man. I felt so cool though. After it hurt, but after I was done, I was like, hit.
Do you leave the blood there or do you clean it off?
I left it.
It's
Yeah.
still there.
It's a symbol. It's a symbolic thing for me,
Like, whoa. The other thing, too, is like, you, in that moment, you could do anything on stage. I mean, not anything. But if you could finish a show while bleeding from your thumb and, like, keep going,
Yeah.
come on.
Come on, sky's the limit.
The show must go on.
My fans were scared, but
Did you acknowledge the cut to everybody?
I'm a hand kind of singer, so I'm like here, my hands like just
Just
like a
pouring
horror
blood.
movie at that point. But yeah, I laugh about it. I mean, you see me in the middle of songs, like talking to the crowd. Like I literally talk to them as if it's my stand-up show, like on the side. Like in between songs, I'm like, I don't know what to say to y'all. Like, wait, this is so weird. We're just hanging out, and then I sing, and then we hang out again, and then I sing, and it's like, you know, it goes on for like an hour and a half, and then you all leave, and I leave, and it's like, it's a weird thing, but it's a lot of fun. So I just try to, like, you know, whatever happens, happens. It's live.
It's an escape for the evening.
Yes, the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time. You're doing China next? Where?
Asia, yeah.
Asia, sorry.
No, it's okay. We're going to like Osaka, Nagoya, Japan, Singapore, Korea, Seoul.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
When's
excited.
Europe?
Hopefully soon. We're planning it. It's just about fitting everything in. I'm doing another film. So yeah, we're just making everything happen. And then I'm going to release this other album.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Act 2.
Yes.
Which song should we listen to on Act 1 to get to know you the best and to understand that part of you the best?
Ooh, that's interesting. What do you feel like the answer is?
I'm not going to lie. I want to say Pushing 20 is not on that one. So that aside, Hold Tight, I think it's a version of you. It's like, one of my questions was like, what does that song mean to you? Because it's...
I feel like that is like that is like, you know, another side. That's not like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing hip rolls when I get out of bed. Like, it's not that serious. But that was also just like a cool record that I was just, you know, experimenting. So much of it was experimenting and finding, you know, parts of myself that I didn't know were there.
It's a sexy song.
Thanks.
Like, that's the goal, obviously. It's about holding somebody tight.
It wasn't even intended to be that. I wrote that with Leland and Mike Sabbath, who Mike was 19 when he produced that.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? The production on that song goes so hard. And he was 19. And that was the first time I ever met Mike, but I had worked with Leland before, obviously. And he like started to do that. That sounded so bad because I'm going through puberty right now. But it's this little guitar lick in the beginning of the song. And I was like, ooh, that's fun. That's, you know, sensual. And then we really just were like, let's just go off and see what happens.
And you did.
Yeah. But we were never going into it like, okay, guys, I have to write my sexy song now. I don't usually write like that because I'm not that as a person. Even Almost Love, I listen to and I'm like, do I? I have that side obviously at times, but it is definitely one that I'm like, hopefully this is believable. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So which record off of Part 1
I would say
showcases your biggest side, your most shown side?
my most shown side. I don't know. Honestly, there's a lot in Mona Lisa that feels like just me. Just kind of like hanging out, singing what I feel on a microphone. And it feels like super easy. Like I don't think that song was like me trying. That was like the least, I don't want to say effortless, but it kind of was a little bit effortless. I think the other songs, like I definitely wanted to make them a little bigger, make them a little bit more like a full circle type of experience. Whereas that song was like unfinished. We never wrote a bridge, and I was just like, but it's a banger. Let's put it on. And it just is a really fun song, and it is my sense of humor. It really is.
Those visuals too?
You like them?
Love it. And I love that you
Thanks.
did it twice.
Yeah, man.
It's your show. You can.
I was going to say life's too short, but like I sang it twice, so that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but it's my show, so I like wanted to sing it twice. They're always like, my fans don't like how short that song is. So I was like, okay, then we'll just do it again.
Act 2. Is there a date?
There are, like I said, gradually over the next
Ooh.
weeks, months, it's coming, and it'll all be out soon.
It's coming.
Everybody hates that word.
Soon? Oh, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
On My Way. That is a record with Alan Walker. Great record too.
Thanks.
When you first hear that, like, one, how does he get into your zone? Like, how does he get that record to you? Does he send it with you in mind? Do you
Well, there's
hear
like
it?
a lot of technology now, so like, you know,
the internet?
emails, phones.
Oh, I thought it was he put it on a pigeon.
Yeah, well, no, he sent it, you know, by bird carrier,
Yes,
and then
very efficient.
no, yeah, I got this. So one of my really close friends that I wrote Bad Time with, Julia, had written this song with Noonie, who's also a really good friend of mine, and when I'm, you know, I like to obviously choose collabs that feel like there's a piece of, if I'm not writing the song, then it still has to feel like it's, close to me or can connect to me in a sort of way. And I just really connected with the lyrics. Also, I'm a fan of Faruko, and he was on the song, and I just thought it just felt like it was a really universal kind of a track that Alan killed. So I was excited to be. We still haven't met, any of us. It's one of those songs. I hate to, but I'm excited to meet them, and I think that it'll be special when we all get together.
Quality record.
Thank you.
Lyrics are great.
Thank you so much.
Was there one that stood out for you at first that really was that initial connection point?
I think Can't Be Everyone's Favorite Girl was probably the one. Seriously, though. Yeah, because I think it's just, it's really relevant in a lot of people's life. Probably yours, too. You can't be everyone's favorite girl.
But it's the truth. Not everyone's going to like you.
You don't talk to me anymore.
I'm behaving today.
Oh, no.
You guys are, I love it. I love the connection and the energy I'm feeling between the two of you. Dan and Sabrina.
I feel like this is a triangle connection.
Is it?
Yeah, we are all one.
I'm forcing myself in this to make it a triangle. I'm like the third wheel that's talking way too much.
First of all, we go way back.
I know we do.
Yeah.
We do. And we have many, many moments of great times and great friendships. So maybe
Remember the French fries that we had after my Yeah.
Kansas City, baby.
Kansas City.
Enjoyed it very, very much. Alex Iona was there. You know who wasn't? Dan.
Dan was not.
I don't go places often.
But he went to your show the other day.
I did, and it was way past my bedtime, and I still went.
Me too. It was way past my bedtime. I was about to go on stage. I was like, "Are they still out there?" I was like, "Do you think they still want it?" The show. Yeah, I don't know. That was a late show for me. I was like, okay, I know I'm like an adult kind of now, but this is a lot.
I enjoyed it as I fought sleep. I watched Dan in the crowd, enjoying every second of it.
Amazing.
You even stayed for the after party. So
That was something.
good stuff. Well,
That was definitely something, wasn't it?
Singular Act 1. It's obviously out.
Wasn't it?
On My Way is with Alan Walker. Great record. Singular Act 2 coming, but in stages. Pushing 20. Great record.
Thank you.
Did you eat that cake? Was it a real cake?
Yes, it was a real cake.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm a big Harry Potter fan. Did you get the Harry Potter reference?
Yeah, no, but now I see it.
Yes. Yeah.
But very much I see it.
Yes.
It's really well done.
Attention to detail.
Subtle. What house would you be in?
Gryffindor.
Are you sure? You said that
Probably
with
not, actually.
confidence.
I say Gryffindor, but I think I'm also like a hint of Hufflepuff and a hint of Slytherin, whatever that would be.
Ravenclaw?
Nah.
Okay. Yeah, you threw that one out real quick.
I'm not a Ravenclaw.
Sorry. On that note,
Actually, I think I do have a real question.
Oh.
This is nothing weird, but do you think that after Act 1 you have a lot of new Sabrina fans for just music?
That's a good question.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No. Truthfully, you're really improving.
I'm trying, Day by day.
We'll have a real conversation one day, I feel like, after a couple more of these.
it's crazy. I hope you guys have a real conversation because based on everything that between the two of you, like a real one-on-one, but you should answer his question. Sorry.
I will answer.
Sorry.
No, I was going to say, interestingly enough, yeah, I do think that it catered to a different demographic, I guess, than maybe before. I just noticed that right after I released it, I was, I'm very connected with my fans online, and I just was seeing so many new faces, and especially at the shows, because I meet all of them before the show. There's a lot of new faces, and I think that that's obviously always a goal. I don't ever want it to be like I'm catering to one specific type of person or a demographic at all. And I think my growth is their growth. They grow with me, but I think, we grabbing a couple new ones along the way.
It's a testament to the records.
Thanks.
And I told you, the show, like I said, variety of people out there, all loving Sabrina Carpenter.
The fact that Dan was there and Dan liked the show.
I really did.
Thank you.
I liked it. It was after my bedtime. I still went.
You still went.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I stayed late.
I think that says a lot.
Cool. Well, just on behalf of everybody probably watching this, between the two of you, are you ever going to spend time together that's not in this studio with lights on?
No.
No, that's not happening.
Okay.
I think that would ruin it.
Yeah.
Because then we'd be too familiar. I feel like it's so special because, it's like distance makes the heart grow fonder
Yeah.
for him. And I feel like, when I come back, there's so much to catch up on. It makes everything a lot more interesting.
I 100% agree. And I also think it is a risk getting to know the whole Dan as opposed to just a sliver that you get now. I mean, to be honest with you, Dan is not complex. He's incredibly simple. Simple to the point of like you're almost afraid for him. So there's so many things. But like one of the biggest things that really gives you a sense of who he is, he doesn't have lamps in his house.
We're getting to this.
So once it's dark outside, he just lives in the darkness. And in addition to that, the rest of his house is empty. So there's no lamps. His last electricity bill was $11.
I don't want to hang out with Dan outside the show.
You could learn a lot.
Why?
What
What is
is there to learn?
For a second, can we interview Dan? Why? Are you okay? Is there like reasoning behind it? Do you feel like it makes you
I just don't need stuff.
okay?
Yeah, but what do you
Light,
need?
just to see. I don't feel like that's like a huge.
I mean, listen, I get that's important, but I didn't have it at first
Material.
when I moved in, and I'm just stuck with it. I'm running with it.
Right.
Lights are not a luxury, right?
I don't think so. Edison was just like super inclusive, I think, when he was making that for everybody, just to kind of like use. Do you have like good night vision?
Now he does.
Oh,
He's
man.
adjusted.
I'm like a cat.
I feel like you would after all this time.
I am like a cat now.
That's really cool.
You want to know something else about Dan?
While we're here,
what's
we
going
might
on
as
here?
well.
Why are we doing this?
He is 28 years old.
Uh-huh.
And in all 28 years of living, he's never been on a date.
I don't do dates.
That's a joke.
No, it's not.
Okay, but do you just like not call it a date, but you're really like
On a date?
on a date?
I just do what I got to do.
What does that mean?
Sabrina's on the couch. We're interviewing Sabrina.
So, yeah. I do hope that you guys talk outside of this room at one point. I think your parents would like it. I think your mom's a big Dan fan. Maybe not anymore, but
No,
he really is a good guy. And
We
he
get
comes from a
along
great
great.
family. His mom also hates his pink hair. I'm trying to help you now.
I'm good.
Who likes your pink hair?
Everybody else other than parents.
You know I'm the one who dyed it pink.
You are?
I picked the color. And, yeah. So,
I'm still thinking about the lamp thing. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to digest. I usually talk more.
well, yeah. I think this is a good place to wrap it up.
All right, why don't we just press
Press stop.
the stop button now?
Okay. Act 2 is coming.
It was good seeing you.
It was, yeah. Yeah, this was great. Honestly, I'm really confused right now.
I think everybody is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm confused.
All right.
Sabrina Carpenter, everybody.
Zach Sang Show, everybody.
All right.
Wow. This is so weird. You don't, like, no lights. I'm just confused. Do you feel uncomfortable with all these lights around?
No,
That wasn't even a joke. Like, I'm just like, that's a...
Dan, why don't you tell her that, at one point in your life, you were very into materialistic things growing up.
At one point in my life, I was very into materialistic things growing up.
So you were like into all the designer brands and stuff.
I did like designer brands when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then eventually there was a moment in your life.
How
eventually-
young was this?
Middle school, high school, and then early years of
You were a
college.
bougie middle schooler?
Well, no, I just like leaving middle school. I started to figure out like what Louis Vuitton was.
Oh,
I never really got it, but like I started to know what that was.
yes.
And then there was high school, and then a few years of college when I was living in New York, and I was like, I need to be fancy. And now I'm like, I need to be the complete opposite.
wow, okay. I wish we would have said that. That makes me understand it a little bit more.
We could totally
Whereas,
put
like,
this in.
But I know, but like in the beginning, I was sort of just like, okay, that makes you really sus. You know what I mean? If there's no like if there's no story or like backstory.
So this is what I'm saying about Dan's communication, right? So
very like needs work.
Oh, spottier than a freaking cow.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
But you know what's really special is like you take him despite all of that.
Yeah,
like,
but
like he's here despite all of that.
I'm trying to share it with someone.
Like, look at your friendship. You're still here.
I am.
But like, I'm just afraid that if he ever goes on a date, I'm gonna have to be there.
No, you're not.
Prompting the
Do you
conversation.
think you'll ever go?
Who knows?
But like, how are you gonna know when you're gonna be like, gonna go on a date now? Like, instead of just like, I'm gonna hang out with this person in this place. You know what I mean? Because you've hung out with, you've been on a date. You just don't know it yet.
You've been on a date?
No. I'm
Yes,
good.
you have.
No.
You can't tell me you've never, Dan!
Yeah.
Sabrina, will you be his first date?
Oh, I'm going. I'm leaving.
No.
Oh my gosh, the air, the uncomfortable.
Wait, what?
No!
Out of here. I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please subscribe and also check out our podcast. There's a link in the description, and also comment and like and do things. Other interviews are on the screen somewhere, so click them. Thanks for watching.